fifth graders, you just watched a video of me teaching the CER components to you that we will use on our science tests this school year. I wanted to take a moment to go over an example CER that is similar to one you may see on tests in the future. This prompt deals with what we're currently learning in science, and I felt that it would be helpful for us to go over one together and work on together in a lesson that you can use as practice. Today we're going to cover a few things. First, we're going to read the prompt together. We're going to dissect the prompt a little bit. Then we're going to work to write a claim and the evidence. Tomorrow we'll work on reasoning. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to grab a couple different, I'm actually going to grab just one different colored pencil so that you can see what I am focusing on in the prompt. So let's read it together. Lamar's fifth grade science class is having a discussion about the lima bean seeds they are growing in a Ziploc bag with water. This sounds familiar. The bag is taped to the window. Their teacher, Mr. Biggs, has asked them, how do these plants keep growing bigger? Write a claim that supports this prompt. So first things first is I see that they are describing the experiment in the prompt. So the first things I want to underline is the actual experiment. So they are growing lima bean seeds in a Ziploc bag with water. That's it. The bag is taped to the window, and their teachers ask them the question, how do the plants keep growing bigger? So clearly their seeds are growing in the window. So a few things I want to make note of. If the bag's taped to the window, they're getting sunlight. And then they also have water. And then in the bag, is there air? From our examples of the bags in the window, you can see that the bag's poofy. So because it's poofy and you can kind of squish it a little bit, I'm going to infer that there's also air in the bag. Now I'm trying to write a claim that addresses this question. How do these plants keep growing bigger? And why we're asking that is because typically we see plants growing in soil, don't we? We have plants outside at our houses, or we're growing gardens, all those things. And in this situation, and in our situation, in our classroom, we're growing plants that are in a Ziploc baggie. Like, how normal is that? So we're going to start by writing a claim. So remember that our claim is one sentence and it's a statement. It's what you're agreeing with. Sorry about my really dirty mouse pad. This has been through the ringer over the last year and a half. So the claim is, well, we know now from our learnings that plants can grow with just air, water, and sunlight. So I'm going to write that claim. I claim, or I know that, let's do that. I know that plants can grow with just air, water, and sunlight. And that's it. That's all we have to do for our claim. One sentence. I know that blank. So you all can use the beginning of this phrase. I know that blank. That will be so helpful for you when you go to take your assessments. I know that. Okay. Then we're going to work on our evidence. Remember that our evidence is all facts. Sometimes we can get facts from our prompt even. We have some facts here, don't we? We have the fact that we know that they're growing lima bean seeds in a Ziploc bag with water that's taped to the window so it's getting sunlight, and we know that there's air in the bag. So that's one piece of evidence we can use. Okay? We also know from our STEMscopedia that plants make their own food because of photosynthesis. They go through that process. Okay? I'm trying to think what those are the big pieces. Okay? So our evidence is these lima bean seeds are growing because they are receiving I before E except after C. I before E. That doesn't look right. Do you guys ever do this where you second guess your spelling? Just so you know, adults do it too. I always have to think about receiving. It never goes away. Never ever. I was right. They're receiving air, water, and sunlight. That's evidence piece number 1. Okay, this is evidence piece number 1. I told you need 3 pieces of evidence. Second piece of evidence is when we start talking about photosynthesis. So plants use photosynthesis to make food. I guess plants go through, not use. To make their own food. Now I'm going to talk about photosynthesis, that process of photosynthesis. That's going to be my next piece of evidence. So that's evidence piece 3. Plants take in sunlight through their leaves and turn it into chemical energy. Evidence piece number 4. Look at us. We already have more than enough. But this is not enough because we haven't finished our thought on photosynthesis. So we have to keep going. Even though we have 3 pieces of evidence, we haven't explained all of photosynthesis yet, so we need to keep on. So the next step is saying plants then take up water through their roots the energy in water is turned into sugar. The energy in water is then turned into sugar for the plant to use as food. And that's it. We have a really nice written paragraph here. Is it a lot of writing? Yes. But you're in 5th grade now, and even in 4th grade, you were writing so many paragraphs. You have just 2 long paragraphs in your CER. We talked about our claim today. Remember, your claim is just claiming what you know. I know that blank. Your claim responds to the prompt, okay? Then your evidence comes from facts. Your facts can come from the prompt. It also can come from your learning. So this comes from things like your STEMscopedia, the Science Today, things from your experiments, and then also your prompt as well. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the reasoning. And you're going to watch a video of me do the reasoning with you. You need to make sure that you're copying this down in your science notebook so that you have a reference. I am going to post a picture of this CER in science for you to copy into your notes or to print and glue into your notes. Have a wonderful day, 5th grade, and I will see you tomorrow.